Hey, what's going on, you guys? Zach here. So about a month ago, I came to the realization that the largest room in my home, which is this room that I'm in, was dedicated to watching TV, to recreation, to relaxing, to consuming things that other people in the world have created. And the smallest room in my house was dedicated to the thing that I should be doing the most of, that being working on my craft, work, my passion. And I realized that that's not consistent with my goals in life, so I switched the two. So now my TV room is in the smallest bedroom of my house, and the largest room in my house that I'm in currently is dedicated to my studio. So as you see behind me, I have my desk back there. I have a little clothing rack for merch that people send me to get photographed. And then I also have this area over here just to sit and chill, maybe work on my laptop, read a book, look outside the window that you can't really see to my right. And I also have this backdrop system with 3 different backdrops that you see over my shoulder to my left. And that's really what this video is about, is how I set up that 3-roller backdrop so that you can also set up your own backdrop, whether you are a professional photographer, videographer, or maybe just a marketer, or just someone who wants to do this as a passion. I am going to give you all the information that you need to hang a backdrop very similar to this one. And the reason I'm doing that is because throughout the process of getting this done, it was just more complex than I thought it was going to be. That doesn't mean it's hard, it just means I wish I had a lot of questions answered that I didn't learn until I was actually in the process of doing it. So I'm going to be listing out everything that I ordered to make this backdrop happen, and it all comes from Amazon, thankfully. And I'm gonna also give you some tips and tricks to make the process more seamless for you. So, the very first thing, I ordered a backdrop system, and that comes with the 2 different brackets that mount to the wall, along with the cylindrical pieces that slide inside of your roll of paper or your backdrop. I ordered that. I ordered 3 different backdrops, being black, gray, and white, just for the different purposes, or just for like the different use cases of shooting different colored merch and products. I ordered 3 different aluminum cores, and those kind of look like this. And these are slid inside of the paper cores of those backdrops up there. And this is just to prevent sagging, because those ship with paper/cardboard cores that over time will actually sag in the middle, and sliding these metal cores inside of the paper will prevent that, which is what you want, especially if you want to use these long term. Outside of that, I ordered these little rubber gaskets, and the reason why I ordered those is because these aluminum cores are a little bit too narrow to fit snugly inside of the rolls of the backdrop rolls. And so basically I put these aluminum gaskets on here so that whenever you slide them into the paper roll, it fits snug, because these are what the backdrop system will insert into. And whenever you turn it, the rubber gasket will grip the paper core so that the entire backdrop turns whenever you want to raise and lower the backdrop. So that is that part. Those are all of the different things that I ordered. You should also be able to order something like a tube cutter, and I'll tell you why you need that in a second. But I will link everything below that you need to order on Amazon to make this happen. And then now I'm going to share with you some different tips and tricks to make this go off as seamless as possible. Tip number 1, if you order the backdrop system that I'm linking in the description, it will come with these brackets that the instructions say you should use to mount your backdrop to your wall. These are concrete brackets, concrete anchors, I should say. You should only use these if you are mounting your backdrop on a brick wall or a concrete wall. Otherwise, do not use these concrete anchors because they will jack up your drywall, and yeah, you don't want to do that. Instead, stick to mounting your backdrop brackets either to a stud inside of your wall using, regular wood screws, or use the typical drywall anchors that you can find at your local hardware store or Walmart, whatever. Those will serve you a lot better than these concrete anchors. These concrete anchors will jack up your drywall and they may not even hang on to your drywall. And so that's just something to be aware of. Only use these if you are mounting your backdrop to concrete or to brick. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, hire a handyman to do this. Just like I tell my clients when they're, worried about their marketing or brand strategy, hire a professional to worry about those things so that you don't have to worry about them because your time is valuable. And my advice is the same for this. I am not a professional handyman or a professional carpenter, and I'm actually in a rental currently, and so I didn't want anything to go wrong with my installation process, and so I hired a handyman from Ace Hardware here in San Antonio, Texas. It's not Ace Hardware, it's Ace Handyman Service, something like that. I'll link to them in case you're in the San Antonio area. But I hired a handyman. He showed up at 8 in the morning, and he had all of the tools and expertise to mount the backdrop system the way it needed to be. So the backdrop system features 2 different brackets, and those brackets not only need to be the correct distance apart to accommodate the backdrop rolls that you're putting in, but they also have to be plumb from the ceiling so that they're like 100% accurate up and down. And they also have to be level as far as being apart from each other. If they're not all of those things, then your backdrop system will not work correctly, which is not something that you want to deal with, especially if you're going to be using it a lot. And so my recommendation is hire a handyman to get that part done. We actually, did the entire setup. We tried to put the paper in, it was too small, but he knew all of the steps to take to make sure that the backdrop rolls would fit. And so really thankful that I went that route and hired a handyman. Third is you are going to need a tube cutter that you can grab at your local hardware store, Home Depot. I don't know if they have them at Walmart, and I'll try to find one on Amazon that I can link to you. But I just went to my local Home Depot and I picked up this Husky tube cutter. And the reason why I needed this is because when I was ordering these aluminum tubes on Amazon, they only came in 10 foot, which I only needed 6'8" because I didn't want these aluminum cores to protrude outside of the paper backdrops. Now, if you don't care, you can 100% just keep these as 10 foot, mount your backdrops 10 foot apart, and just run the entire length of these tubes as they come. But me, I care a little bit more about aesthetics, and I wanted this to look great where it was because I only had a certain amount of space to utilize, and so I cut my aluminum cores down to 6'8" or around there. I actually measured each of the paper cores that you see up there individually because they had slight variance, and in doing that I cut each core specific to the paper that it goes inside of. So I did that. I will try to find a tube cutter on Amazon that I can link to you so that you can just buy this, so that if you want to, you can cut your aluminum core down to size. The good news is that this metal is very thin. and it was almost effortless to cut this down. But yeah, so those are my tips, really. I will link in the description everything that I ordered, and I'll put my tips down there too, just in case reading them hits you better than hearing them. And yeah, I hope the information in this video helps you to get a backdrop system in your home office or in your actual studio, whether you're a marketer, a professional photographer / videographer, or just a hobbyist. I hope this improves your workflow. But yeah, I will catch you guys later on in future videos that are about brand strategy, videography, photography, design, all that good stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you found this video valuable. Turn on the notifications, and yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.